Oh,
The last.
join in.
Yes.
The wrong link. Every 1:45, you're supposed to click the CCA link. There is two links. One is your class link, which is the English, Maths, and Science, and the other one is the CCA link. Okay,
But
maybe
I cannot see, Bob.
everyone else is there. Okay, now I'll liaise with your mommy, see whether you click the wrong. Okay, I believe you might be clicking on the wrong link. So do you have fun? Do you guys have fun? Jane, you guys have fun with the intonation class?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you know how to answer the correct yes, huh? Yes means excited. Yes means boring, right? Yes, that's pretty much what we learned just now. Okay, so let's come back to today's science class. Let's come back to today's science class. All right, let me share with you. Okay, so earlier in the science class, we learned about rocks. Okay, and then today we're gonna learn a little bit more about it. Let me share screen with you. Let me do a quick recap. Okay, hold on. Okay, so today we're gonna learn a little bit different. Okay, let's just do a quick recap about chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2, we learned all types of rocks. We learned about sand rock, granite rock. Okay, so different rock, all these are taken from the quarry. Okay, so that's how they chop the mountain and get all the rocks out. So the rock have different uses, like diamond, we use it for jewelry, quartz, we use it for clock, granite, we use it for table, then all this we use for roof. Okay, sandstone we use for the building. So this is what we learned previously. Okay, and also we learned that inside we have many layers. We have sand, clay, soil, stone. So different place will have different kind of living things. Okay, and different hardness. So this is what we have learned previously. So today I'm gonna teach you about the man-made and natural-made materials. Do you know what it means by materials? Okay, materials like for example, this Tupperware. What is the material of this Tupperware? It's plastic. Okay. What's the material of this book? It's called paper. And then what's the material of that's metal? Okay. What's the material of the cell phone here? Shining one. That is called metal. So we have many different type of materials. So today I'm going to share with you a video on what is natural material and non-natural material. Like for example, we put on our clothes. These are made of cotton. Where does the cotton come from? So today I'm going to share with you a basic video of what is natural and non-natural video.
Final class! Today in science lesson, we are going to learn about natural and man-made materials. Alright, did you know that the things around us are made of materials? But where did the materials come from? So, to answer this question, let's learn together. We can.
Okay, who can tell me? The clothes. Where does the clothes come from? How do we have clothes to put on? Is it where we get it from? Anyone have any idea where we got our clothes? Is it like A, it is like original. How do we process it? Okay, is it from the sheep? Is it from the tree? How is it made? So today I'm going to share with you on the different materials, how it's being done. Okay,
Divided material into natural and man-made. We can get natural materials from living things such as animals and plants. We can also get materials from the ground. Now, man-made. Man-made materials are materials obtained from natural materials through chemical processes. Alright, let's take a look at the example.
okay, see who got pay attention. Natural materials are materials obtained from where? Who knows? Raise up your hand. Okay, let me show you one more time. Natural materials are materials obtained from where? Who would like to try?
Animal plant.
Fantastic. Okay, man-made materials. How do you get man-made materials? Okay, Jane? Man-made materials, how do you get it, Jane? Okay, how about Angel? Man-made materials, how do you get it from? Say chemical process. Okay, chemical process. All right, so let's go.
From natural materials through chemical processes. Alright, let's take a look at the example of natural materials from animals. First, wool. We can get wool from sheep. It can be used to make woolen sweater. Second, leather. We can get leather from cow and crocodile. It can be used to make bag and belt. Third, silk. We can get silk from silkworms. It can be used to make silk dress and silk tie. Alright, now let's take a look. See the example of natural materials from plants. First, cotton. We can get cotton from cotton tree. It can be used to make shirt. Next, wood. We can get wood from tree. It can be used to make door and chair. Alright, next, rubber. We can get rubber from rubber trees. It can be used to make balloons and eraser.
Okay, so we know that natural materials comes from two things. One is the plant, one is the animal. But do you have any idea? It's like, how can the wool from the sheep become shirt? Have anyone seen the process before? Have anyone seen the process before? Why is not like sheep? Why is it like boom, boom, boom? Isn't it like soft like a sheep? Does it touch our clothes? Does it touch like a sheep or not? No, right? It's not like a sheep, right? How? How come when the sheep turned into our clothes, how did it happen? Do you want to see how the video turned from a sheep to become a wool and become our clothes? You want to see that? Okay, let me share a video with you. Okay, so let's see how it was being done. Let me share a video with you.
Good grammar and spelling are important. But if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections,
I put on this nice sweater to keep me cozy. It is really soft, Squeak.
You see, what she's putting on, it's the wool that made out of sheep. But hey, why doesn't it look like sheep? So how she processed from the sheep to become wool to become clothes? Let's see the process.
And it's really warm. This sweater is extra warm and cozy because it's made out of a special material. It's made out of wool from a sheep. Wool is actually the special material. It's made out of wool.
Can you see? This is how they cut off the body, the wool from the sheep body. And you know what happened? The wool, they process it, it becomes a string. Does it look the same now? Okay, so how it turned from the wool to become the string, it's what you call process. So they need to process it. How did they process it?
Wool from a sheep. Wool is actually the hair or fiber of animals like sheep, alpacas, and some kinds of goats and rabbits. Like lots of animals, sheep are covered in hair, but sheep's hair is different because it's not straight or short. Instead, sheep are covered in thick.
See? This is how sheep wools look like. It's like, it's like curly. It's not like straight. How did all this curly little sheep wool turn into a string? How?
Wool fibers, and their wool can be very curly. Sheep grow wool to keep themselves warm outside, especially during cold winters. The wool can catch on fences or low tree branches that a sheep walks through, and little pieces of it are shedding off all the time, so a sheep has to constantly grow more wool. But when winter is over and the warm spring begins, sheep usually don't need their wool to stay warm.
Oh, so why we put on wool? Wool is to keep us cold or warm. Wool is to keep us warm because it's like, it's winter, snow, I'm so cold. So I put on a wool, wool clothes to make us feel warm. Yes, Jane, you raise up your hand. Anything you like to say? I can't hear you well. Can you repeat one more time? Okay, very good, Joyce. Yes, you're right. It is the wool keep us warm. Very good. Joyce, you can also type in a group. Okay, so everyone can see what is happening. Good job.
Warm.
So now when it's hot, when it's cold, the sheep need the wool to protect themselves to keep them warm. But then after summer comes, it's like, what happened to the sheep? It's so hot. What we need to do? Can we take off the wool? Is it like a shirt for them? How do we take it out? We need to shave it. We need to shave it. Right, Joyce. It's very hot during summer. So how are we going to shave away all the wool from the sheep?
So that's when farmers can give them a haircut. Oh, great question, Squeaks. He wants to know how we get the hair off the sheep. Well, a sheep's haircut is a lot like the haircuts people get, except we call it shearing. To shear a sheep, farmers take a large pair of clippers and trim off the wool. Oh no, if shearing is done correctly, it shouldn't hurt the sheep at all.
Oh, when we shear using the shaver, is it pain? Does it look owie? Ouch! Is it hurtful? No, it's not. It's just like cutting hair. When you go cut hair, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so just have to be careful. You don't cut you cut your hair, it doesn't hurt, but you cut your flesh, yes, it hurts. So the farmer have to be very carefully shear. Okay, instead of saying cut hair, we say shear the wool.
all. Just like how getting your hair cut doesn't hurt, shearing a sheep only cuts the wool, not the sheep. An average sheep produces around 10 kilograms, or about 20 pounds of wool every year. That's a lot of wool. It's about as heavy as a 2-year-old human baby. Once a sheep has been sheared, the sheep can go back to its usual life in the fields. But there's still a lot of work to be done to make the wool into a sweater. The wool is taken to a place called a mill, which is like a wool factory. When it arrives, it's dirty.
Okay, so this one after you cut is like, you see, it's a small lump over here, right? It's like, ew, the wool, it walked through the field. It's like, oh my God, mud, then got flies, got so many dirty, yucky stuff inside the wool. Do you want to put on the clothes like this? No, it's too dirty. So you need to process it. Where do you process it? It's in a factory. That factory that you process the wool is called a mill. Mill. A factory to process the wool.
Dirty, and it still looks like it just came off of the sheep. So first, the wool is separated into different categories. Wool from the top of the sheep might be long and fine, but wool from the legs or stomach of the sheep might be shorter or thicker. These different kinds of wool will make different things, like sweaters, socks, jackets, or even hats. For a really soft sweater like this one, we'd use some of those long, fine pieces of wool. Next, the wool has to be cleaned. Sheep tend to roll around in the dirt and run through a lot of plants, so their wool can be filled with leaves, twigs, and even bugs. You're right, Squeaks. It is kind of like a collection of things from the sheep's home. But I don't want that whole collection in my sweater. So all of the wool is washed with soap and water. As the wool is washed, the dirt and plant bits come off, as well as lanolin, a greasy wax that covers and protects the wool. Lanolin can be used to make hand lotions or other supplies, so it's collected for later. Once that's done, the wool is clean. Raw wool, or wool fresh off the sheep, feels a bit waxy and looks dusty. But this clean wool feels softer and looks bright. And once the wool is clean, it can be carded. That's when we pull all of the wool fibers apart, make sure they're all going the same direction, and pull out any last seeds, twigs, or leaves stuck in the wool. Most of the time, this is done by a big machine. Then the wool fibers are pulled into long pieces called.
Wow, can you see now? After the wool went into the sorting process in the mill and you wash everything with the chemical, what happened now? Does it have bugs? Does it have leaves? Does it have twigs anymore? Is it dirty or clean now?
Clean.
Clean. So this wool fibers is called roving. Now does it look more like a string now?
Yes.
It looks a little bit like string now, right? Okay, so let's see what happened. From a wool, we wash it. We see this one, which is called roving, and how it turned out to be a sweater.
Roving. It is almost ready to become a sweater, but first, the roving has to be turned into one final product. Yarn. The roving pieces are spun together super tightly, making a long, thin rope of yarn, which can be dyed.
Okay, yarn, you can call it a string or yarn. Okay, yarn is thicker, softer, and string is just harder. Okay, it's thinner. So this whole thing is made out of wool. So it becomes something like a string, but it's called as yarn. Remember all the storybooks? The kitty cat likes to play the yarn because it's so soft. Okay, so this is so soft and makes us feel warm. That's yarn.
Any color we want. Once the yarn is finished, it can be used to knit or crochet a sweater just like mine.
Oh, can anyone tell me how come why the sheep color is white, but how come the yarn become yellow, green, blue, red? How come? How did they do that? Anyone have any idea? Because in the mill factory, they added color, which is called the dye, D-Y-E-D, dye. Okay, which is the add coloring, just like your food. Sometimes your food, let's say the cookies. The cookies, you got the color, got red color, got blue color, so many different color cookies, right? It's because they add coloring. So, but that cookies is what you call edible coloring. But now in the yarn, we can add dye. But this is not edible coloring. It's a color to put on the yarn. That's why when white color you put with different color, you got so many different colors. That's why all our sweaters, we have different colors after that.
We want. Once the yarn is finished, it can be used to knit or crochet a sweater just like mine. Making wool into new clothes is like a giant science experiment, with people all over the world always trying new ways to raise healthy sheep, new tools to clean and card and spin. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Here, try it on. Oh, look at.
So you see, this is how the sweater, from the yarn, it become a sweater. Okay. So now, do you have a better idea? So now, do you have a better idea what is natural things?
Yes.
Okay. Natural materials like wool from the sheep, it become cut off the skin, not the skin, cut off the wool. Then from the wool, it become, okay, from the wool, it turns out into yarn, and yarn, it turned into a cotton shirt. Sorry, a wool shirt or sweater. Okay, so we have learned about, okay, let me share with you the video again for a moment. Okay. Okay, so now we understand how the wool from a sheep, it turned into the sweater. So this is how, what you call, is it natural or not natural? It is natural. So same thing goes to leather. The cow, okay, you cut off the, when the cow died, we take off the skin and become leather. Let me show with you how the cow leather to become the carpet. Okay, cow leather carpet. Okay, can you see the picture here? So this whole thing is the cow skin. So, or the sheep skin. So these are how you become the rug. So leather is made out of animals. Like for example, we have crocodile leather bags. Okay, so you see, can you feel it? It's like, oh, it looks like crocodile skin, right? So that is pretty much animal cruelty. Who wants to kill a crocodile to become a handbag? Who wants to kill the crocodile? No, it's so cruel. So we don't do that. So we try to reduce the usage of the leather. Okay, silk. Okay, silk is also a type of animals. Okay, it will die after they produce the silk, and then it becomes our clothes. That is why silk clothes are very expensive, because after that they will die. Okay, so we have an idea on all the natural materials for made out of animals. Okay, how about plants? Okay, so like plants, from the wood, okay, from the tree, we cut into wood bark. And the wood bark, we cut away all the other sides, we process it. That's how we combine different woods together to become our furniture. Same things, we take the cottons. We take the cotton from the flower. Then we make it into string. And then eventually we turn it into t-shirts. Now you understand all the natural materials? If you understand, can you give me a thumbs up? Then I go to man-made. Give me a thumbs up if you understand. Thumbs up. Good job. Angel and Yuna, do you understand? If you understand, can you give me a thumbs up? Good job. Thank you, Angel. Correct. So if you understand, let's continue. How about man-made things? What is man-made?
And chair. Alright, let's take a look at the example of natural materials from the ground. First, rocks. It can be used to make statue, and clay. It can be used to make bricks, and gold. It can be used to make gold rings. Alright, so
Okay, so these are the natural materials from the ground, like for example, rocks, clay, gold, all these are original, did not have processes.
it can be used to make gold rings. Alright, so now let's take a look at the example of man-made materials. First, plastic. Plastic is made from oil that comes from deep in the ground. It can be used to make plastic bags, plastic toy, plastic cup, and straw.
So let's say, for example, water bottle here. What material is this? Okay, can everyone turn on your video, please? Okay, what material is this? Turn on all your video. Remember the first day, the class rules. Everyone have to turn on your video. All right, what material is this? These are plastic. So plastic, how do you make plastic? It's from the oil down, deep down in the ground that turn into plastic. That's why, because it smells oil, that's why it's so shiny. Can you see the shiny? It's like, it has reflection.
Next, glass. Glass is made from sand and limestone. It can be used to make magnifying glass.
Okay, if you go to the beach, when you take the sand, sometimes it's a little bit shiny, right? So that shiny thing is what you call the silica. The silica is what it makes to become the glass. That's why it's transparent or shiny. It looks like a little bit like salt.
And glass jar. Next, paper. Paper is made from wood. It can be used to make newspaper, book, and cardboard box. The last one is concrete. Concrete is sand and gravel mixed with cement. Cement is made from limestone and clay. It can be used to make bridge, road, and building.
Okay, so that's the video of what is natural things and what is man-made. Okay, let me ask you some questions. If you understand, you can answer me correctly, then we can play it. Correct? Okay. First of all, wool that made out of sheep. Is it a man-made thing or a natural material? If you think it's natural material, can you please type in the chat? Either it's natural, you type N. If it's man-made, you type M. Please type in the chat. Do you think wool that comes from the sheep, is it natural or man-made? Yes, Jane. Yes, Jane.
Go to the toilet, teacher.
Sure, yes, you may. Go ahead. Very good job, Joyce. It's natural. It's natural. Okay, how about glass? Glass. Glass, which made out of sand. Okay, is that natural or man-made? Is that natural or man-made? Is it N or M? Glass. N or M? Angel, Charming, can you type in the chat? Glass, is it natural N or man-made? Glass, it's a man-made. Glass, it's man-made because it's made out of sand. It's not animal, it's not plant. Okay, next, let's say cotton. Cotton, very good, Shami. Cotton, okay, cotton comes from the tree. Do you think it's man-made or natural? Cotton that comes from the tree. Is it man-made or natural? Cotton. Cotton tree. Tree, is it man-made or natural? Remember, natural is for trees and animals only. So cotton is from the tree. So it is natural. Good job, Jane. Okay, so since Joyce, Charmaine, and Jane did try to answer, I will let you play a game. Okay, let us play the game. Okay, let me share the control with Joyce. Okay, let me share the control with Joyce first. Okay, Joyce, go ahead. You can start now. Sun, is it natural or man-made? Sun is original, you don't need to process. It's like you don't need to do it. Very good, it's natural. Moon, yes, it's also natural. House, is it someone do or it's original? Yes, house is man-made. Because our daddy, mommy, or someone built the house, right? It's not over there. Chair, do we need to do? Yes, it's man-made things. Okay. Let's see what happened. Click on the answer. Okay, no worries. Some might be right, some might be wrong. Okay, natural means that we can go out and we see it's already there. Man-made is not by the Mother Earth, but we have to process it, we have to do it. Oh no, you forgot to end it. Time's up already. Oh, okay, no worries. Okay, no worries. Okay, let's have next. Can we have Jane? Okay, next we have Jane. Okay, Jane, you can control. Moon, yes, it's a natural thing. Good job. Sun, yes, it's a natural thing. You pay attention to what Joyce did. Good job. Flower, it's natural. You go out, you can see Flower grow by itself. Yes, it's natural. Plants. Yes, all these are natural things. Tree. Yes, that's natural. You go out, the tree grow up by itself. Oh, the construction worker made the house, so it's made by man. Oh, keyboard is done by the electricians. That's right. The carpenter made the chair. Oh, the chef cooked the biryani. And it's processed in the factory to make the pencil. N. Good job. Okay, next, last one. Last one, let me share with Charmaine. Okay, Charmaine, you have the control. Okay, hold on. Go ahead. Good. Moon. Awesome. Sunlight, that's sun is natural things. Keyboard, I think you need to go through the factory to do it. Yes, it's man-made. Tree. Yes, you see tree everywhere from the Mother Earth. Plants, awesome. Flowers, good job. House is man-made. Chair is man-made. Pencil is man-made. Well done. You did it under 1 minute. Click at the end. N. Ding. Okay. Well done. Good job. Okay. So let us change to, okay, let's go to your book. Okay, go to your book. Okay, activity book, page 15. Okay, activity book, page 15. Okay, go to your activity book, page 15. You see over here, natural and man-made materials. Okay, Angel, you can use your annotate. Okay, you can use your annotate. Tell me which is natural things and which is man-made things. Okay, Angel, can you turn on your annotate? Draw the Lego. Lego, is it natural or man-made? Okay, Angel, Lego, is it natural or man-made? Angel? Natural or man-made, Angel? Okay. How about Yuna? Yuna, are you there? Yuna? Lego, is it natural or man-made? Okay. So Lego, it is man-made. While the wave, it's natural. Okay, let me draw natural. I put into red. Okay, then the tree is also natural. The sand is also natural. Then the paper, it's man-made. Window, it's also man-made. The yarn is natural. Okay, So this would be your homework. This would be your homework. Draw a line, okay, to the correct column. Any questions?